I think this debate is fundamentally focused on the importance of a parent, the reasons why and how a parent shapes a child's life. We argue that a parent is irreplaceable and is the most important bedrock in a child's life. Society has evolved from a village-centered way to bring up a child to a parent-focused way to bring up a child. Many reasons for this. A couple could be, more children, more separation of duties and responsibilities, and so on and so forth. That is not the debate here, right? A parent's role in a child's life is to show them the world, is to guide them in this very messy world that we live in. It's also to bring and give emotional support to the child, and also teach them the skills to be able to manage their own emotions. This is because a child is characteristically vulnerable. They are very impressionable, and they are very easily indoctrinated. A parent's role is to be their bedrock, to tell them about the world and show them goods and bads, pros and cons, how to survive in this world. And that can be a very powerful thing for a child, because this is the first touch, the first person they've ever met and felt and talked to in the entire world, and therefore this is the most impressionable people to the child. The more important one is the fact that the parents are the emotional bedrock for these children, right? The parents teach them that when you cry or when you do something bad, you're supposed to apologize. That when someone hits you and you cry, right, how do you manage those emotions inside you, right? As a child, what we have is a lot of emotions but no skills to handle these emotions, and so we need the parents to help to co-regulate these emotions, and by co-regulating, teach them the skills to be able to handle these emotions, which is also what maturity is. It's the ability to have emotions and have the skills to handle these emotions. And so the parent's role is to emotionally and teach them how to make emotional skills to handle these emotions. It's also a way for the parent to emotionally connect with the child, because you feel emotionally connected when you feel vulnerable and when you have gone through an emotional period of your life. It is the method in which, or is the process and medium in which parents get closer and connect to their child even further. The child will then feel like they are able to be supported by their parent, and would therefore be close and feel safe with their parents. Without parents in the child's life, it would cause a lot of issues, because parents, as the people who help to teach them about the world, so educate them and emotionally connect with them, these two building blocks are not there. The child would therefore learn about the world in a very biased manner, especially in the motion here, because the Ottoman Empire has a very specific role of what the child is supposed to do, which is to just be their soldiers, And therefore, every education is just for that. It's just for that very specific and very niche area of a human life, of being human. And therefore, all their education would just be teaching about this very niche sector. This causes them to be unequipped to handle other parts of being human, like having a relationship, having dealing with businesses, or very basic respect towards each other and their fellow humans. This is also further added because they are not taught the emotional aspects of being human, and therefore they are and are instead being taught the very physical nature of fighting and war. These people would then have a very one-dimensional life. They will only know how to fight and nothing else. They don't know how to create relationships, and they don't know how to do almost anything else. These people would and this is bad, because people need relationships. We need a community. We need people, or a place of people to feel safe, and therefore and so that we don't feel lonely. This is especially true in like the current landscape of the world, where people are becoming more digital and becoming more and more lonely. The reason why we think that mutilation is extremely important is because we don't want parents to have their kids obviously go to the Ottoman Empire, but for the emotional harms that I've mentioned, these are irreplaceable and almost irreconcilable harms that is impressed onto these people, on these children. Physical harms can be adapted to. Physical harms like the lack of sight, the lack of hearing, can be adapted to, and from an evolutionary perspective, we do adapt to it so that we can survive. Emotional harms, emotional scars are different. They stay with us, and it compounds in severity. And therefore, we are so proud to propose this motion. Thank you.